The halftime shuffle. It's one of the most famous and misunderstood drum beats out there. Today I'm going to break it down for you step by step, starting with the beginning version all the way to advanced variations so you can play it with confidence. By the way, if you're new to Brad Allen Drums, I'm a former U.S. Army drummer and now play professionally in the Kansas City area. Hey, and if you're just getting started and you want to learn the most important beats for the drums, I have something to really help you with that. I have a list of 10 beats that all drummers need to know that I'd like to send you absolutely free. It also comes with an exclusive video demonstrating all the beats. Again, all free. Just follow the link in the video or in the comments below. Okay, the halftime shuffle. The easiest way to understand this is to compare it to a standard 4/4 shuffle. So what's going on here? Well, we have rounded eighths, also called swing eighths, on the ride cymbal. And then we have a backbeat on the snare drum on 2 and 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
And our bass drum is playing on 1 and 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
The most basic way to play and understand a halftime shuffle is to play a backbeat on count 3 instead of 2 and 4 like we do in a regular shuffle, like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
And then we just add the bass drum on 1.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A little faster.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's the most basic way to play a halftime shuffle. But what about all those complicated beats? What about the Purdie Shuffle? What about that Rosanna beat by Toto? We can embellish the basic beat in many different ways. For instance, notice those rounded eighth notes that we're playing on the cymbal are based on triplets. Here is one measure of shuffle played on the cymbal, followed by a measure of shuffle with the snare drum filling in that triplet note in between those two notes on the cymbal.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
So if you listen to the song Rosanna, for instance, there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of that filling in on the snare drum in between those notes of the cymbal. Let's take the halftime shuffle and play it on the hi-hat. We've got a backbeat on the snare on 3, and we'll fill in with those triplet notes in between all the other counts. You usually want to play those snare notes other than the backbeat, softer than the backbeat, sometimes very soft, and we call that ghosting those notes. A little faster. We can also vary what we play on the bass drum just like we can in any other type of beat. Let's eliminate those triplet notes on the snare for now, and let's add some extra notes to the bass drum. A little faster. As long as you understand the backbeat on 3 and the shuffle feeling, you can go a lot of different directions with this beat. For one thing, you don't have to maintain the shuffle on the cymbal all the time. You can break that rhythm up between the cymbal and the snare drum. You can play some of those notes on the bass drum, etc. And you can add various notes on the snare drum as ghosted notes. And a lot of what works depends on the tempo of the song. A lot of times if the song is pretty fast, you want to play a little bit simpler. If the song is slower, then there's a lot room for more notes. Here's a more advanced example that might work better for slower tempos. And here I'm breaking everything up among all the limbs. A little faster. So that's the halftime shuffle, from the most basic form to a lot of variations you can use for various things, whether you're playing a song like Rosanna or maybe an original tune. Once you understand that backbeat on 3 and the basic shuffle idea, you can shape it in lots of different ways. Again, if you're wanting to learn the most important beats for the drums, download my free guide that comes with that video. Just follow the link in the video or in the comments below. If this helped you, please give the video a like and subscribe for new lessons like this every week. Also, I have a whole playlist of drum beats on this channel. Check out some of those, and I'll see you next time.